my name is Terri Sproul, and I want to welcome you to my studio. Tonight's our live Tuesday night art journal show, and I do have Joe here helping me out. If you are watching this at a later date on YouTube, think about joining us live on Tuesday nights. You can, Joe, your speakers are on. If you can, thank you. You can also join my group on Facebook called All Things Terri Sproul, and we will get you links every week to come join us live so you can ask questions and stuff. If you do have a question, put those questions in caps and we'll do our best to watch out for them. I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras. Okay, first off, I kind of wanted to show you my thought, my process when I work. Today I got out all these napkins that I wanted to use tonight, and then I just started grabbing paints that match these napkins so you can kind of see where I work and how I think and how my logic goes. So I have all these paints out and ready for me, so that's the first thing I wanted to do. Actually, the very first thing I did is picked 3 napkins that I wanted to use, and these are those beautiful napkins you can get at the actually Joe has some on his Create and Craft. Also, please go over and like Create and Craft over on Facebook.
We have assortments, so you get a whole mix as though rather than one giant pack of everything the same.
Which is so much better. I like that. So that's one part about going to. I get a lot of mine on at Tuesday morning. Kind of sucks because you get a whole package of 20 of them. You don't want 20 of them. You want 1. You want maybe 2. So I picked out these 3 napkins for me to play with today. First thing I kind of do is I kind of look that they kind of have the same backgrounds. See how these 2 are almost the same background, even though they're 2 different ones. This one does have a little bit more cream to it, but I can easily come in and just pull this butterfly out or this rose and still be okay with this one. Oh, there's Joe. Can you still see? Okay. You see me? There we go. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah, we lost you.
Sorry about that. At least I looked over and happened to notice that. So all I was doing, nothing special. I threw a little bit of water down, and now I am just putting some Titan Buff down in the background. Nothing fancy. So you didn't lose anything much. It was all pretty basic. This is one of the art journals that we've made, and this one actually does have a little flap on it. So I am going to work with that flap tonight. Also, well, I am going to close my envelope because my flap is actually an envelope. So I am going to close that and have it locked because I'm not going to use it for anything. But that would be kind of a cool idea if I did want to put something in that envelope. I could have. I don't want that to glue down. Oh, this is taking a lot of paint. It's weird how sometimes paper will do that. It must be really dry here today. Okay. Good enough. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side and let that dry. And I'm going to bring back our napkins that I have here. And what I want to show you is you need to take off your layers on the napkins. There's usually 3 layers on a napkin. Most of them have 3 layers. So you pull off all these white sheets. I keep these because I actually do use them for stamping on. So don't throw those away, but I have already pulled off the 3 white sheets. A really good trick if you are having problems pulling them apart, if you put a piece of tape on both sides, you can pull it apart and it'll come apart for you a lot easier. So let me start playing with these. I'm going to start with this one. I know I want that butterfly image. So I have a little shot glass right here of water and a nice small paintbrush. And the easiest way is, yes, you could fussy cut this out with, you know, actual scissors. But I like to come in with a wet paintbrush and pull it apart. You get a really feathery edge on your piece, and it just lays down so much nicer when you actually put it down in your book. So I'm going to pull this apart with just some water. I'm going to be gentle and try to get my, because, you know, as you guys know, this is tissue paper. It's really, really fragile. Okay, see how you get this nice feathery edge? That's going to, when you lay it down on your page layer, it lays down so much nicer. So that's why I like to do that. Now this particular one, I am going to take a little collage off of this one. And I'm going to, I've been looking at this, I'm going to come around here. I'm going to get that bird out. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to come down and come right off my page right here. So that's my first cut. I'm going to get multiple pieces out of this. So see how much easier that is than fussy cutting? Okay. Now on this side, I want to try to grab that bird this time. So I'm going to come around, up. Actually, I'm going to come all the way down through here, I think. Again, just pulling that apart. And I think that this will be my third one. I think I'm okay with this as it is. I might cut, I don't know. We'll see when I start putting things together. Now I got one more. Maybe. Here it is. The tulips. Tulips, I haven't decided totally what I want to do. First off, what I'm going to do is I am going to just cut it in half. I know that much. I might take some of these individually, but I'm going to leave myself some options right off the bat. So I'm just going to cut this apart for right now. So now I have 2 sides of tulips that I can use. It all depends on what I want to do. Okay. Let's pull our page back in. Oh, guys, I want to show you this so I can throw it off my desk. I have a brand new mask that just came out from Sin City Stamps. Let's see if I can get this to show up. There we go. Isn't that a cool mask? So you can get that over at sincitystamps.com. Love my new mask. Okay, let's see if this is dry enough. It's just a quick little dry. So let me give it a real quick dry. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to adhere my whole page, all of my napkins down with PPA matte. Again, you can get this over at Create and Craft. And I'm going to again use this palette lid to put some down. I like this because it really goes on nice and it's like silky. So it really allows me to get my really soft napkins laid down without a whole lot of ripping or whatever. So first I want to do though is I want to kind of get my scene built, I guess, for lack of a better word. Trying to get an idea of what I want to see, how I want to see it. You know, do I want to tuck, this is like what I was saying about the tulips. Do I want to kind of tuck a few of them underneath and kind of have them coming up like that? So I'd probably cut a few of these out. So yes, I can see me doing that. So let me grab this tulip right here. And again, tiny paintbrush, a little bit of water. I'm going to take that one and that one out. Separate them. Kind of like this whole little section over here, so I think I'm going to try to pull that away from it separately. And this one kind of bothers me because it looks like it's just hanging there in the sky, so I'm going to pull that one out separately too. Much better. Okay. So now I have a few more images to work with. Bring this back in. Now, when you do a collage, yes, I'm using napkins, but you could use a lot of other different items besides napkins. You could use a really cheap way to have a lot of images is magazines. You can find magazine images and cut stuff out and words out and stuff, and you basically have free art. Now, as long as you're not selling it, remember, if you're selling it, then that's copyright. You can't do that. But if you're doing it for your own personal art, you can use it. So be careful there. Just make sure you're not selling it. I think I'm going to use this under here. See where I'm kind of going here? So I'm kind of like building my scene. I'm going to let that go ahead and lay over there. Pull it down just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. I'm liking that. Okay, I'm going to start gluing a little bit this down just because. Now I put it on my background. Let me grab a bigger brush than this. I like to use a real soft brush though, not a real stiff one. So make sure you have a really soft brush so that you won't have any, it just will lay down easier for you. I'm going to lay this down first. And I do go over it, again, really with a soft brush. And I'll always start in the middle and work my way out. So even if you don't get it all the way through, it will absorb through the napkin and adhere down for you. Okay. There we go. So really, really, look how pretty that is already. Okay, now I know this one up here somewhere, but let me figure out where it went. Tuck this one right underneath real quick. And this is going to seal your napkin also, so that when you go over it later on, when you paint over it, if you want to, you don't have to paint over this. I'm going to do a paint over technique because I love the look of painting over. Sorry about bumping the camera there. Hands got in the way. Grabbing more glue. More PPA. Again, working from the center out to your edges. Now, you see how I want to actually bring you in close to show you this. Look how the edges of the feathering, you can't even really tell where it starts and where it stops because of how those the feathering is. And you don't get that look so much with a cut than you do with using the technique that I taught you. And the PPA will dry clear, so don't worry about these white spots that are showing up right now. It's all good. Let's give a little bit of heat right here so I can turn this. I am going to protect that. Okay, probably want to put some tulips under here too, so let me get that in there. I'm going to put this tulip right here. So again, I like to put my adhesive down first, then bring the napkin down, and then really gently I smooth it down, real gently. If you do it perfectly, I mean, it almost blends into the paper behind you. It's really a cool technique because it's so perfectly seamless when you do it this way. Again, just be gentle. Okay, big piece here. And you kind of only get one shot at laying it down too. So that's the other reason why you kind of want to go into it really gently. Covered up a lot of that tulip, but that's okay. I got a little bit of a wrinkle right here, but I don't think it's going to show that much once I smooth it down. So again, isn't this page already just breathtaking? Scrapbook paper too. You can cut up your scrapbook paper and do the same technique. Now, the advantage of using the napkins is you really get the seamlessness, but you can get a really cool look with scrapbook paper too. I'm going to put some more tulips on this side. I think I'm going to go like that, and let's see. Oh, that would have almost been perfect, huh? But we're going to have to cut some of this off. Let's see. I'm going to do this off to the side here so you won't see it, but I know you know what I'm doing. I'm just taking a napkin and cutting part of it off. Okay, so I got that piece now. I'm going to lay that right there. Look how pretty that is. So look how quickly and how pretty this, I don't know what I just got all over my brush, page is going to be in just seconds. And all we did is lay napkins down. Again, work from the center and very gently go out towards the edges. I want to almost go around this corner here. Okay, got to be careful here because I got glue on both sides and I don't want it to fold in on each other. So we do a little quick drying. Okay, still got to bring my butterfly in. I'm going to put him like right here. So let's go ahead and put him right there. So look at how pretty this page is going to be. I'm so excited. This is just going to be breathtaking. And even though that's kind of a little cream around it, it's still blended in really well in the background. See that? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Since I got another tulip here, I'm going to put one more on. Actually, I should put something on the edge here too. I need to finish this out, so let me do a couple more things here then. Here, I'm going to throw another tulip in. Okay, and then I want to do one more right here. So I'm going to cut this off again. So basically I did this whole page with 3 napkins. That cost me hardly anything, especially if you get them in that. Joe, how much are your napkins for the variety pack, and how many is in it?
Well, the packs are $4.99 to $6.50, and you get anywhere from let's see, I think you get 10 or 16 different napkins. One of them is all Christmas, and it's got a vintage Santa in it and everything, which is nice.
That's
Actually,
cool.
we have 2 different Christmas collections, and then we have 2 different collections that are nothing but birds and butterflies.
Oh, birds and butterfly one excites me.
And
Christmas.
flowers. Flowers are in there too.
Oh. Well, see, guys, look at that price that he just told us. How many? If I use 3 on an average, you get like what, 6 layouts? Because you don't even necessarily use the whole napkin. I still have this left and this left that I could still do another layout with those in there. So you could really get a lot out of there. So there's my layout. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm probably not going to add any more on there. Now I need to actually start painting, and I'm not going to paint this whole thing because it'd be just too much for you guys, but let me get a little bit going. It'd just be boring to watch me paint all of these, but I want to talk to you a little bit about that. Okay, I'm going to put a thing on here to hold this side open so it doesn't stick. Okay, when I think about painting these, I really do like to have transparent paint. And the reason for it is because you have this beautiful image already done for you. So technically, really, you don't need to do this part. I just like it, especially because it's so therapeutic to me, because you don't have to think about the, you know, do I paint this what color, or do I have to think about the shadows or any of that? I don't have to think about any of that because it's all done for me. And that's why I love this technique. And it's really easy on the mind to paint that. So I do like to use my silk acrylic paints because they are translucent and they give a lot of sparkle. So that's, you know, a double win. So the color below will still come out, but yet I'll get the shimmer that I'm going to get from the silks. Or even if you don't like, say you're not a shimmery girl, and you're more of a you know, matte girl, and you want to use the regular acrylic paints that are matte, you'll still get the look like you painted it, even though you didn't. And that's what I love about this technique, is it really makes you feel like you're an artist, even though you might not consider yourself an artist, even though I think you guys are all artists. Just makes you look really good. Gives you confidence. There's a word.
Oh, hey, Terry, I want to invite folks too to join our crafty tip giveaway for the month of March. I'll post a link and you can enter as many times as you'd like, fill out the form and share a tip with us. Like Terry gave you a bunch tonight, including using masking tape to separate the plies of your napkin. But any little tips you have. She used another one of our tips tonight. She put her PPA on a plastic lid from something. That's a great palette. But enter as many as you'd like for the whole month of March. The last day of the month, we will draw someone at random, and they will get a goodie bag full of crafty prizes. So I'm going to post that link. We'd love for you to enter, right, Terry?
Yes, definitely. What a great way to win some good prizes. And Joe's got a lot of great craft stuff there. Look at this pink. Is that the prettiest pink? Look at that. Look at that. This one's called Pixie Pink. Again, and I'm not really going to do the whole thing, you know, in front of you guys. I'm just showing you that, like, I'm taking this pink and I'm putting it only where on the photo, or whatever you want to call it, the napkin, my image below, I'm just following where it is dark. So I'm using all the dark spots, and I'll come in with a lighter pink and, you know, fill in the rest of it. So it really does give you that look that you painted it. And like I said, it's very therapeutic because you don't have to think. And I honestly think that's my favorite part about doing this technique, is I don't have to necessarily think about the colors and is it perfect, and, you know, oh, do I got the right shading in there? It's all done for you guys. I love that part about this. So, and it does seal the paper below you because we put the PPA on there, so that seals that image. And you can do layers on with the silks also. They layer really nicely. So if I'm putting a lighter color down right now on these flowers, I can come in with a darker pink here and do some highlights or lowlights, whatever I'm looking to do on that image later. So I could come in with this a little darker pink right here. And yeah, I didn't clean my brush. I'm bad about that, but that's okay. That's where the palette would come in handy if I actually did use my palette that I have here. Also, Color Art, which is where these come from, the silks come from, they are having a pretty good sale right now. If you do not get their newsletters already, you sign up for their newsletters, you're going to go to the Color Art Facebook page, which is Color Art, COLOURARTE.com, or excuse me, Facebook, it's also .com. You can get the, become part of the newsletter, and you get an extra 10% off of their 25% sale that they've got going on right now. So definitely go check that out. And I think Joe can throw that link for Color Art up for me. But you see where I'm going. And again, I'm not going to paint this whole page, but you see how much fun this would be to paint the whole thing? Look at that flower already. Let me pull that in. See where I'm getting the paint on there, and it's getting that really pretty shimmer. And then I got really, really light pink here. And I'm going to clean my brush in between this one. I do want to show you guys one more thing before you leave me, so hold on for just few more seconds before you leave me, and I'll show you another thing that you can do with the leftover napkins that we have. This is a color I haven't even used yet. Look how pretty this is. Oh yeah. Oh, this is the perfect pink for this too. God, I can't believe how lucky I got. I mean, this is a perfect pink, guys. This one is called Pink Grapefruit. It is the perfect color for what I'm doing here. It's a really, really soft pink, which this flower over here has a lot of really soft pinks in it, but a few huge highlights. So now, even though I have a lot of darkers here, I can come in with this little lighter one, and that'll give me some like highlights. Instead of a shadow, it's going to give me a highlight. But that pink is perfect for this tulip. See how you can get carried away? See, I was going to stop after that last flower, but you can get carried away too easily. Comes so easy just to start painting them in. I want to continue to paint and paint and paint. I'll probably be in my studio all night until this is done. Okay, so let me show you one more tip before. So I would continue to run with that idea of what I'm going and paint my whole page. Look how beautiful that is already. But I want to show you one more thing. Remember I told you not to throw away your napkin parts, the white parts? And here's why. They are great to stamp your quotes on. And I like to use Indian ink, as you guys know. So I'm going to ink this quote all up. And stamp it. And it says, art is an emotional dance from the heart of one to the eye of another. I love that one. And I didn't give you this link, Joe. I apologize. This is Versa Stamps. Art is the emotion is the name of the stamp. So again, I'm going to do the exact same thing I've been doing. Grab some water. Oh, that's got paint. Hold on. And I probably should have done that a little closer to the edge, but or further from the edge, but that's okay. And I'm going to cut this one out again using my water technique. Okay. Now, this can go onto my sheet here somewhere where I'm going to put it. Where do I want to put that? I don't know where I want to put that. I kind of liked it there. The only thing I'm worried about is it might blend into the background a little too much. So I'm going to go up here. And again, I'm going to use PPA. Just like we've been. It's going to roll over onto that side. Now, I do have to very gently, I'm going to cut it right here so that it becomes a part of this page and that page. Okay. So I'm actually spreading this across 3 pages. So again, you see how, because I did that, how it seamlessly became part of the page, because we don't have any of that. If it was a piece of paper, it would actually show that we're a piece of paper on top of it, where the tissue paper becomes seamless with the background. I love that. Okay, let me show you that up close. I know it's backwards, but see how you can barely see the, oh, sorry about that, too close. Barely see the difference of where it laid. So there is my page. I, again, would continue to paint these with my silks until my whole page was done. But really, do you have to? That's just as pretty without being painted. But I like to paint it. I think it's really fun. Does anybody have any questions before we hang up tonight? And that's how you also want to do a collage. Okay, any questions? If you do not want to ask a question to me live on air and you still have a question, you can join my group on Facebook called All Things Terri Sproul, and you can private message me there, and I will, you know, take care of you there. No problem. Think about joining Joe's challenge and win some prizes, and that's about it. Let me change cameras and say goodbye. Okay, so again, I would continue to paint this page. Isn't it pretty? I love the way this turned out. I would continue to paint that, and then I would have a beautiful layout done for myself. Again, if you have any questions, please email me or text me, or, you know, PM me on Facebook. You'll get a hold of me, I promise. I'll take care of you. And I'll see you next Tuesday. Bye.